moving with spirit. And now I would like you to ask for the stress balancing skills that will empower you to conquer stress and burnout, to create the life you want, one that is stressless, where you can live well and in balance, where you can have time to enjoy yourself. Ask to learn the ways of a life champion, a warrior, who uses the flow and the balanced challenge response to exercise excellence under high pressure, conflict, and adverse conditions. One who can take burnout and, like an alchemist, transform it into innovative solutions to create the career you really want, knowing that the impossible is possible. To be a champion who can balance matters of the heart. You once cared too much, and now you do not care much at all. The key is to prefer that things will work out for the highest good of all. Next, as you follow your heart, I would like you to ask for whatever will make your heart sing. What will make you happy? I would like you to ask for life success, whether it be achieving the American dream of prosperity, a satisfying career, a life filled with love, of wellness, or whether it be life mastery. I would like you to ask for an abundance of whatever you want, where your cup runneth over. And now, if you wish, just taking a moment to forgive anyone who has caused you distress and stress, who has caused you to burn out, knowing that with their limited tools, they probably did their best. Forgiving them, not for them, but for yourself, knowing that holding on to this is toxic, doing it just to heal yourself and to conquer your burnout. Your life coach. Now it is time for you to listen to your teacher and coach within, who will guide you on the journey to conquer your stress and burnout, so as to live a life that is more conscious, powerful, balanced, stressless, loving, and successful. The things you are going to hear today will be recorded and programmed much like a tape recorder in the subconscious part of your mind to lay the foundation for change. The more you mentally rehearse these suggestions and the more you physically practice them, the more you will install this new behavior over time. You want very much to be able to perform at your best under pressure, like a life champion. You want to have a more balanced and stressless life and to live well, while at the same time achieving life success. And you want to conquer your burnout as soon as possible. And so, you need to have a flow response and a balanced challenge response to conquer stress and burnout. You need to have a reinvent yourself response to create the career and life you long for, and a heart response, so as to balance caring too much and not caring at all, where you prefer that things work out for all that are involved. That said, here is what you need to know for now. As you know by now, when you are driven by stress and you trigger your fight-flight response, it can cause serious performance problems and health issues. And as aforementioned, the perception of a threat to you and your life success is the problem, and stress is simply the response. And when the stress becomes too much and we get out of balance, we burn out. The mental game of burnout. Like it or not, the opponent inside your head and your heart is more imbalancing, provoking, defeating, stress and burnout producing than the actual opponent or situation. That said, you are often your own worst enemy, and therefore you must win the game within of you versus you to conquer your stress and burnout by rewiring your over-analytic, judgmental, trying too hard mind, and the fear, anxiety, worry, and anger you experience in your heart, which triggers your fight-flight response. That is, if you want to live well, if you want to live a more conscious, powerful, balanced, stressless, and successful life. This is what you are going to learn from your coach and teacher within today, It is called the transformation process of a life champion, and it's all about performing in the zone, at your best, through the flow response, and becoming competitive tough via the challenge response to defeat choking and tanking. Performance anxiety and the fight-flight response. For starters, many performers, be it in sports, business, experience, performance anxiety, which is triggered in the mind when things matter too much, and which is triggered in the heart by fear, the fear of losing, the fear of looking bad, and even the fear of winning. This causes a stressful situation, whereas our fight-flight mechanism kicks into red alert, and we start to think too much and try too hard. And when the stress becomes too much, we either choke, as seen in low performance, due to our fight response, or worse yet, we tank, whereas we take flight and bail out of the situation and shut down all of our feelings, which is what happens in burnout. Performing in the zone and the flow response. In contrast, the life champion conquers the fight-flight response and its consequences, seen in choking and tanking, by summoning his flow response. This is best done by catching yourself in the act, where you are about to trigger the fight-flight response, taking a time out and then going into the zone where life flows. It is here that you can conquer a mountain of obstacles to reach the summit of life success. Winning the fight-flight game by conquering burnout via the flow response. That said, here is the first secret to conquering stress and burnout, for performing at your best, for living well, and achieving life success. You need to be in the zone where life flows and where you recover from stress and burnout fast. It is here that you will circumvent the fight-flight response through the flow response. And as a result, your biochemistry will change to enhance your wellness and well-being. But that is just the beginning, for when you live in the zone, things lighten and ease up. You perform at your best and life becomes fun again. And when you live in a zone, your longing will disappear and the magic will appear to lead you on your journey to what really matters, which is an abundance of love and happiness. For it is here that your head and your heart merges with spirit and the impossible becomes possible. So here is the good news. The flow is not caused by something innate, nor is it caused by fate. Rather, it is caused by being in the peak performance state. And here is the best news of all. You are, or should be, already in the zone, that place where life flows, and that place you can conquer stress and burnout, as it simply requires quieting your mind, relaxing your body, calming your emotions, and moving with spirit. And guess what? We just did this in the first 10 minutes of this session. Winning the mental game by conquering burnout via the Life Champions Challenge response. The second secret to conquering stress and burnout is to summon the Life Champions Challenge response. That's because the life champion is wired different than most people, where he sees high pressure and stress deadlines, work overloads and chaos, conflict and adversity there as his ally, which is only there to bring out his best. And his challenge and mission is to recover faster than fast from stress and possible burnout.